it's me Joe, and today we are starting a brand new Let's Play called Banished. The game came out last night. It was the 18th yesterday, today's the 19th. Hopefully this video will be up on the 19th. It should be. In the background you may notice this really cool town that I built. I tested it last night. It's one of those games where you start playing it, you think, oh, I'll play it for like half hour. Ends up being 6 hours later. This town over here, this is just a small little bit of it. There's a river up here, and on the other side of that I've got tons more stuff. You can see over here it starts going up to make more fields. So this is the sort of thing we're going to aim for. Loads of agriculture, loads of industry. I've got loads of industry up on the top left which you can't see, and a nice decent town. So this is the sort of thing we're going to try and aim for. Let's start making a new town. This test town that I tried last night that I was playing, I called Jolly Town. So I'm going to use my imagination here and think of an even better name for a town, and that is going to be Jollyville. We don't even make it one word, we're going to put it as a space to confuse people who come to Jollyville. Terrain type, we want valleys, we don't want mountains, because if we have mountains it's all like this here, just you can't build anything on it. So we want to have valleys, so we can got some nice little flatlands we can build farms and towns and stuff in. So we want valleys. Terrain size, we want large. We could go medium. To be honest, a large map isn't really necessary. Should we go? No, let's just go say large. Climate, we could go mild, but then it's a bit too boring and easy. Harsh is probably disastrous. I've not done harsh, but that probably destroys all your crops and stuff during winter. We're gonna keep it fair though. Disasters, they truly are disasters on this game. They're the definition of disasters. They are horrible. I want to keep them on though, just to show you guys if I do happen to have one. I've had like 4 so far, and so I can't expect not to see one. Starting conditions, we're going to play hard. A hard game begins with 4 families. A small amount of clothing, food, firewood and tools are provided. No seeds for farming are available. Now, with seeds you can't go off and straight away build a farm. You have to get a trader city here, not trader city, trader post. And you're allowed to buy seeds from them when someone comes along. So let's just get this going and we'll see where our starting location is. But Banished, it's a brilliant game. It's fantastic. The way I've always said what it looks like is SimCity and Age of Empires 3 combined. In a way, it's kind of like the same sort of Age of Empires 3 era sort of look, without the fighting, of course. And then the SimCity, the building and everything, having to micromanage your entire town. It's really cool. So where are we? Oh, brilliant! We're right next to a river. That's so good. The reason I say that is because this is a trader route. What is that in the water there? Oh dear, just having a little swim. So this is a trader route. So we need this near our town. We always that's like in all history, all civilizations start near a river because that's where trade comes from. This isn't a trading river, but it's just a little stream. So that's brilliant. So we'll probably start here, I think. We'll clear some of this out, maybe. Actually, we're going to build down here first. But this is where the main city's going to be, up here, I think. And then we can go maybe across here to the industry on this mountain. Because you have to build mines on the side of the hills. So we could put the mines across here. That'd be really good. Agriculture, it's quite flat up here. Maybe do loads of fields over there. Or maybe down here. I don't know yet. Oh, there's a nice little lake. Who knows? I guess we'll see how it goes. Now to start off, these are our little villagers here. Hello. This is what it reminds of Age of Empires. Got little villagers. Who we got here? Gerald. He's only 11. And he's a labourer. Child abuse. Okay. So usually when you start off a new game, especially this strategy game, you get these little bars on the bottom here, the bottom right, that are quite confusing at first. Any new game you start off, you see all these tabs and you're like, oh god, what's what? So we're going to quickly go through them. The first one here is tools and reports. Now this is, I love this, is you can get your own UI system. So you can see here, you've got this is everything. It tells you all your stock, the amount of stored firewood, the amount of stored food, logs, stone, coal, medicine, clothes, tools and iron. It also tells you the temperature, the weather. We're in early spring at the minute, on the first year, it's only 1 year. And this here is our population. So we've got adults, students and children. So we've got 8 adults, we've got 0 students, because obviously we haven't got school or anything yet, and we've got 1 child, which was our little Gerald down here, our little 11-year-old. We've also got this here, average health of citizens. Now when I started last night, this actually went down to 4 hearts, but then after a while getting into things, I got it back up again. So the aim is to keep up, obviously, full, and the average happiness of citizens. So we don't want people to keep dying and getting disease and things like that, because then they'll get unhappy. At the minute, you can see the homeless. We need to put a house for them, but we'll get to that. So this UI, I think you can put it anywhere. You can have it up here, you can have it down here. I like it up here. I don't know, it's just like, I think it fits perfectly there. We've got the event log. So whenever someone dies or something happens, like disaster, we get nomads arrive at our town hall, we get a trader come up, we get anything that's like urgent that needs our attention, it will tell us down here, or if someone dies or someone's born or something like that. So the event log I'll put down here, because in most games it's usually down here, like you've got your chat down here, things like that. So I'll put that there, and that'll keep constantly moving probably. The other main thing, you can have a map. The map's pretty cool, it's good for like clicking around in, but as our town isn't very big, we don't technically need this yet. So this will be good to maybe like have down here or up here or something. But yeah, we're not going to use that yet because we don't really need it, so we can just zoom out and we'll be able to see our entire town. So the other one is this is probably the most important one on here actually. This is the professions tab. I'll explain more of this once we get into it. But this is pretty much all the jobs that are available to have, and we've got our labourers, and we need to apply each labourer to a job once it's available. So at the minute we've got no houses or anything, so everyone's just a labourer. Even our little 11-year-old Gerald, whatever his name was. So yeah, I'll explain more of this once we get into it. The other ones we got is here, our resource limits. This again I'll explain once we start playing, but it's not necessarily that important to have this up. You don't really need it. It's good. It might be good to look at every now and again. I usually open it up and have a little look. But other than that, I think that's everything in that tab. And then if we look down here, we've got the first one is our houses. So we've got wooden houses, stone houses, and a boarding house. Now this is our roads. So we've got bridges, tunnels, stone roads, dirt roads. Next one is the storage. Now this is like when people gather stuff and everything. We'll get loads of storage stuff. I'll explain more as we go along. You can see here we've got all of our other stuff like town services, our well, hospitals, town halls, churches, things like that. Our farming, food production, orchards, pastures, fishing, hunting, gathering, all things like that. And this one is the resource production. So this is how we'll get our iron, coal, things like that. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, we've got our mines, quarries, brewery, get a tavern, tailors, blacksmiths, herbalists for medicine, forestry, so we can get a forester up to make more trees, and we've got a woodcutter to make firewood to keep our people warm in the winter. So at the minute it's early spring, so what we need to do is we need to get a couple of things built straight away before we even unpause the game. And so what they are is we need a gathering hut. So this here, a little gatherer's hut, because we don't have, like I said, we don't have seeds or farms or anything at the moment. I want to put. Where should I put this? Now you want to have it in the woods, because where I decide to put this is where the woods have to be throughout the entire game. So wherever I put this, I can't destroy the trees. But here is actually probably a good spot, but they're here. Maybe I should just put it here for now. It's just these hills are like taking up a lot of space, and it's kind of a waste. R and T, rotate the buildings. You can rotate the buildings with R and T. I think I'm just going to put it here. It's not the best position, but it's not bad. So we're going to put that there. So this is the gatherer's hut. Then we need a hunter's lodge, which is a hunter's cabin even. We'll put that one along here as well, right next to it. Put that there. We also need a house, so they can move in. Where should we put that? Let's just put that here. And we need a forestry thing, so they can keep planting trees and stuff and taking wood and things. So where is that? Forestry. Which one is it? This one. This is for a forester lodge. So we'll plant this one next to the house. So put it there. So let's unpause it and we'll get them going. It's on. You get different speeds. You have it on 1x1, but then you know it's a bit boring. Look how slow they walk. And I usually play it on ×10 because look, times it's to take an age. What are you doing? He's got no job. Oh, we've got designated some builders here to build. So hopefully we'll have enough. What are you doing? Oh, that's right. I thought we need something. We need a stockpile because, as you can see here, they've cut down all the trees. There was trees in the way, so they couldn't build stuff. So they've had to cut down some rocks, cut down some trees, and now they've left everything there. There's nowhere to put it. So I'm going to build a road in between these houses so we can kind of tell what's what because it's hard to see. We need a stockpile, and that is one of these. And what this does, it just means that our villagers will put all of this stuff onto a stockpile. So if we unpause it again now, they should start moving it all. Are they going to do it? Yeah, there you go. They're picking up. They're moving everything down to the stockpile. So stockpile just means everything can get condensed down into one big thing. Our reserve of logs is low apparently. So let's cut down some trees. Actually, have we got any? How many logs have we got? None. Literally none. So I think I'm going to have to get some people to cut down some trees quickly. We'll cut down some up here or something. There you go. Get them to cut down some trees. So we've got a gatherer's hut now. So we need to get that up straight away before our food goes down. So we're going to give ourselves one gatherer. So you can see here we've got one gatherer. Actually we'll give ourselves two for now. Then start getting food. We've got a hunter's lodge coming up. Forester's lodge. We need the house really more than anything. We need some stone as well. So let's quickly designate some space for getting stone. Just get this a little bit here for now. Yeah, so like I said, it is a bit slow at first. It's quite panicky and things think, oh god, is it going to get done or not? I'm sure that it will eventually all be done, but it's just a bit worrying because then your health, look, my health's going down already. It's not even been like end of summer yet. It's because I've got no houses. So once this house is built, there you go. A couple of people will move in, and let's build another one. Let's build another one. Right, so let me quickly explain now then what all this up here, the professions tab, means. Let me slow it down while I do that, because I don't want someone to start dying or something. Now, you got labourers. Now these, you always need to have a labourer in there, because what happens is, say if I have my gatherer, so if I have a gatherer and the gatherer dies of old age, or dies of some like poisonous berries or something, a labourer will replace it without you having to do anything. The labourers are probably the most important, because what they do, they pick up all the resources and they move it around and do all the stuff that you like need doing in a way to make things easier for you in the long run. So labourers are always good to have. You always need labourers, but when you have so many, you obviously don't want loads, but when you have enough, like here, you can designate I've got 4 builders. And what will happen is when there's nothing to build, these 4 builders will automatically become labourers, but it won't actually change it in the UI. It'll just say it's like 2 and 4. But then whenever someone's not doing something, so say our gatherers, our resource limit, if we go back to this thing here, our resource limit for gathering food, our food limit is 5,000. So let's say our food gets to 5,000, our gatherers will stop gathering food because it's at the limit, and they'll go and become labourers. But again, it doesn't tell you that they've become labourers. That's the thing. You get a little symbol saying that there's nothing for them to do, so that you automatically know that they're labourers now. So yeah, if that makes any sense. It's really quite hard to explain, but that's how it works. Let's speed things back up again. So we've got our Forester's Lodge now. So let's quickly pause it again. So we've got no builders now. See, you've got 0 builders needed. So we put them all as labourers. We've got 6 labourers, and that means we can now designate some more people to do different things. We have 1 forester, we have 1 hunter, and yeah, we'll just do that for now. So we'll keep 1 labourer out ready so you can do stuff. Another thing we need is a barn, which is the storage barn, which is this. Now this allows us to store away all of our things that we gather, like our venison from a hunting lodge, things like that. So I think I want to put that there, and I'm actually going to take out a forester and put them as a builder. We've still got homeless people, which is a shame. That's fine, we can sort that out eventually. So yeah, we've got our nice little location here. We can build, I can see that hill there, that's kind of bad. We can get rid of all of this, though. All this here is iron, so we can get rid of all of this. We've got stone, iron, trees. We can get rid of all of this, get loads of resources. It'd be good. We can build our town over there, on the riverside. So our forester, what he does is he cuts down trees and he replants them, basically. You see here, there's a little sapling down here. And what we need to do is get rid of all these rocks that are in this circle, because then that means there's more room for things to grow. So what's going on now? Have they built the? They're not built that yet. We still need another house. So let's look at our resources quickly. So our logs are quite low. We need some logs. We need some stone. Firewood we kind of need because we're going to start running out. That's where we're going to need a woodcutter in a bit. Our food is going down, but that's just like going on once our gatherers start getting food. Oh, that's not the gatherer's hut. The gatherer's hut's here. Click on this, you can see our previous year. We've got loads of onions, berries, mushrooms, roots. So we've got loads of stuff. Start going to storage. That's probably in all these people's houses now. So if we look at this house, it's probably full of food. There you go, full of food. And eventually, once obviously they can't hold all the food, they'll eventually go into here. You can see here we've got people being born. Delvis, Labartus. They've been born, so our population will start going up. We've got 3 kids now. We only had 1 when we started. And they'll eventually grow up and become labourers and things like that and work for us, which is good. So we still got 1 builder, 1 labourer. They're bringing over resources to help with this. You can see here we needed 48 logs and 16 stone, which is quite a lot. And it's just about to be built. There you go, it's built. So this will now get filled up with food from all of these people here. So the forester will cut down logs. So we'll get a bunch of logs over here. From here, from the hunter's cabin, we get leather and venison. Leather, which we can be used to make clothes, which we actually need to start doing because we need to designate all of this to be cut down, really. So let's just do this. We've only got 1 labourer to do. We've got 2 labourers to do it, so that'll take them friggin' ages to do that. And people are still homeless, and they're going to freeze to death. That's fine. I don't know where to start building actually. Let's cancel that. I'm going to do it here instead. Come on, get cutting. So, did I close down? This is one thing you'll notice when I play this game. I close down everything. Firewood is low. Okay, that's bad. We need a woodcutter. So let's go to here. Where is it? Woodcutter. There he is. I'm going to build this up here, I think. Let's put it here. This is a builder. So let's this is the one thing I have noticed though. When you've got all this selected to cut down, they won't do anything else until it's done. So I'm going to have to just cancel all that until they build, so they can build this house for me. If they can. We've got resources. But we desperately need wood cutters because our wood is so low. We need firewood because otherwise our people are going to freeze to death. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? This is going to be really annoying doing this. Here we go. We currently have 4 homeless people, which is bad because it's been 2 years and they're still not out of the house. I'm surprised they're not frozen to death yet. But once our coats start running out, they will. We've got tools as well. They're only on 10. So I mean, you start with very limited resources on hard. It's quite difficult. But our food, look at that. That's going up now. That's rocketed up. We don't have to worry about food really. So we probably could take off a hunter. Although we've got 4 guys. We don't need that many gatherers at the minute. So we're going to designate some more labourers to get some more resources. What's this need? What does this need? Stone. We haven't got any stone. We've only got 6 stone and they've put it on here. Oh no, they've got 8. So they should start building that now. It's fine. Now that does mean we need to designate a woodcutter, which will come up here once it's built. A little woodcutter shack thing. So then what will happen is the forester will cut down the wood, it'll put it on this stockpile, and then a labourer will bring over the wood, take it to the woodcutter, and it'll make it to firewood, which will then be taken back to the stockpile, and then people in the winter will go and pick up loads of wood and take it back to the house to burn over winter. So let's give ourselves a woodcutter. Then they've got 2 people to spare, really. What else should we build? We need tools, really. But what we need more than anything is to get some resources because we've got nothing. Get some stone. We're getting to cut down some stone. Oh, we cut down, mine some stone because it's quite low. Our iron is actually lower, so we need to get some iron. But that's fine. I do get confused sometimes with these two because they look exactly the same. That's stone, that's iron. I need to always remember that iron's on the right, stone's on the left. I think I was saying earlier that we only had 6 stone when it was actually iron. Okay, so there you go. They've pretty much done that already. So let's go and get some iron from down here. We'll just get a little bit of iron. It'll help us out. We'll cut down some more trees. We'll cut down all this area here. And we'll get the rocks as well. Now you can do each one individually. You can just say cut down these trees, cut down these stones, cut down this iron. Or you can click on this button here, it removes all resources. So if I highlight that, it will delete everything in that area, so it'll just be a big field. Which is useful. When you've only got 2 labourers, it'll take them about 5 years. Oh, 5 years. You don't want to waste your time doing as much. We've got so much food coming in, I think we're just going to take off another person. We're going to take off a gatherer. Because our food's rocketing up, and that's good. We need a good reserve of food. We don't want. There's more important things that need to be done at this moment, which is something that he's doing is getting all this stone and iron. So you can see it down here. They're mining all the iron and they're putting into like blocks, and they're gonna have to bring all the way back to this thing, which we'll get rid of this eventually. It's just a storage cart. We'll move that eventually. We'll build ourselves another one of these barns probably, or a market would be nice to build here. But what we need to do is try to avoid. I might put this in the wrong place here actually. Is avoiding this circle. These circles, because this needs to be tree lined. So this is literally the edge of the town now. We're gonna have to build along down this way. It's quite a bad place to have put that actually, but there's nothing else I can do really. As you build up here and across the river, there's not much across the river that is there. Build a bridge here. We can build some other town over here. That'd be cool. We'll see. Music's alright in this game as well. There's one song on here that was really creepy. It reminds me of like a horror game. Let's build another house for these people because they've been homeless for like 3 years nearly. So let's build